NerdWerkz presents Trevor Keller,
Do it, you racist son of a bitch.
Dave Thomas,
plowing his girlfriend on the kitchen table.
Greg Burke,
I am totally addicted to watching fighting games on Twitch TV now. It's really bad.
The Next Level, Episode 12, Boondoggle.
Hello, welcome everyone to The Next Level. I'm your host, Greg Burke, and with me, as always, are my gaming enthusiast friends, Trevor Keller.
What am I doing here?
And Dave Thomas.
How come I'm always last?
I don't know, because we go reverse alphabetical order, I think, is what it is.
You should have said because we go in alphabetical order because you're Burke and Keller and then Thomas. Too.
Thomas, yeah, T-K, I don't know.
You could have done it that way, but now I'm just insulted. So
California Public Schools.
How dare you?
Oh God! And Trevor,
anyways, let's not start rambling. Let's just jump into
right into it. Okay, so the first story I'm going to talk about is GameStop and Best Buy are having a sale, or they're calling it a quote sale unquote. They're selling an Xbox for $100, starting June 25th, which was a couple days ago. But wait a minute, you're thinking $100, but that's a great deal. Well, you got to kind of read the fine print. They're selling an Xbox with a 4 gig hard drive and a Kinect for $100. The catch is you have to buy an Xbox Live subscription for 2 years, right? So I figured, hey, that's not too bad, right? You mean a Xbox for $100 and an Xbox 2 years an Xbox Live account should be $200 because Xbox Live Gold accounts are, I think they raised it to $59.99 now, so they're $60 a year.
Yeah. That's correct.
What a great steal, $225. Well, apparently someone can't do math on this site, or they're increasing it even more through this deal because they're saying it's going to cost you $15 a month for this 2-year live Xbox subscription through this deal. So it comes out to around $400 after tax and all stuff. So I'm just going to assume the tax is like around 10% like in California. So how is that a deal? I just don't understand how they think this is going to sell more Xboxes. Buy an Xbox for $100, then pay practically 3 times a month what Xbox Live should be, because I think it comes down to $5 a month if you buy the $60 a year Xbox Live subscription.
Well, here's what's funny. As someone with quite a lot of experience in the retail market, not as anything cool. I have literally been a cashier at a half a dozen places.
Right.
These little bundle packs, they're jokes. They are sales attempts to trick rubes. They're trying to take people who don't do their research and say, look at my right hand. The right hand has a flashy new toy. Look. Oh, look, $100. Oh, wait, no. It's only $200. But in your left hand is their left hand is the receipt, and the receipt says $400. So that's the big thing. Is it's a way to get people in the stores. It's a way to get people trying to buy an Xbox, because when you get to the front of the line, you're thinking, okay, like $250 for an Xbox, that's not bad. And then when they say, oh no, it's going to be $350, you go, okay, that sucks because that's not what you told me, but I'll go with it anyways. And then when it rings up to $400, you're just sitting there like, okay, I can either look like a jackass and say I'm not paying for this, or I can just knuckle under and buy it. So it's a big boondoggle, man. That's what these corporations do all the time.
It's confusing me because why are they charging people $15 a month for an Xbox Live subscription when it's $60 a year? Are people actually... that's what confuses me the most. Is they're 2 years of Xbox should be $120 and not $360. I don't understand where they're getting this math from. I don't know, Trevor, what do you think about this deal?
Dave, did you say boondoggle?
I did say boondoggle.
Okay.
Hey, I have a wide vocabulary, and it contains vocabulary from the past and the present. So you judge your mouth.
Well, aren't you braggadocious?
I am braggadocious.
Anyway, this whole thing just sounds like a way to just get people into the store. If I saw an Xbox for $100, I would drive down to the store. As soon as they said, "Oh, that'll be $400," I would give them the finger and leave. But
they got you in, and they may have been able to tempt you with something else. That's the trick, also.
Yeah, I think it's they get you in the door, and then maybe they got something else that's on sale. That's a legitimate sale. I think it's just like a get in here, and I don't know. Maybe they're hoping to trick people, and maybe they're hoping that what Dave said. They'll get to the register, and they won't. By the time they get to the register, they've got their kid so freaking excited that they can't turn away. So I don't know. It's very odd, and it's very sneaky, and it's kind of a douchey thing to do.
Yeah, I mean,
That whole fine print BS,
You gotta understand that. Like, I mean, I understand where they're coming from because like GameStop and Best Buy. GameStop might not be in trouble, but Best Buy definitely is in trouble because of like Amazon.com and all this online stuff because they charge 20% less than Best Buy, and they're giving away free shipping, and you don't have to pay state tax on it as long as the website you're buying from doesn't have the store isn't from your state, and that's saving people a ton of money, and people aren't going to Best Buy anymore. And maybe this is like you said, Trev, just a desperate attempt to get people to get in the store and buy something, anything. You know what I mean? Just so they can keep afloat.
No,
It's
I can totally see that's the whole scheme. Get in the once you're in, you're more likely to leave with something.
Yeah, that's got to be the way it is. I mean, it's like when you see those car commercials and they say, "Oh, this new lifted truck, it's only $3,000." In the fine print, it says only 2 available. Like, so you go in, you think like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this awesome truck," and it turns out they go, "Oh, I'm sorry, we sold those this morning at 7 a.m. when we opened our doors. However, here's what else we've got." So it's just a sales tactic, I think.
Yeah, it's really too bad. But this is why I wanted to talk about the stories, because for everyone listening to our show, all 7 of you, this is not a deal at all. This is not a good deal. Xbox Live accounts are $60 a year, not what is it? I think it's
not $15 a month or
yeah,
whatever.
not $15 a month or $120 a year. Not it's actually 3 times I think what they're charging. I think it's 5. It comes to like $5 something a month.
Yeah, 5 and some change.
Yeah, so like that's how much it is. It's almost as $5 a month. It's not 15. So they're charging 3 times more than they should be for their Xbox Live subscription. Don't buy this deal. Don't encourage this deal. Call them out on their stuff. Actually, if I were you, go buy an Xbox. Go to Best Buy or GameStop, buy an Xbox, and then take 2 cards that say the 12-month Xbox Live subscription. Throw those down on top and go, I want the Xbox for $100, and I want these 2 cards. Give me it for $100 because I have the 2 years Xbox subscription cards right here. And see what they do, and see if they actually still sell it to you. But anyway, so it's a scam. Don't do it. You can find eBay, Craigslist. I mean, Amazon can sell. I mean, you can practically get an Xbox used for almost $100 nowadays. It doesn't come with a Kinect, but like you can get one for like $120. So there's other ways to get a cheap console. But it's a scam. Don't do it. All right, our second story. Dave, take it away.
Okay, so for those of you who are like me and you've dedicated hundreds and hundreds of hours to Minecraft, maybe you've lost friends, family, jobs, finally, lo and behold, we are about to see a real update. Now, this is not to tease you like the last update that we had this June. This June we had an update that fixed a couple of bugs and fixed the problem with finding clay on the Xbox 360. However, this new update is the 1.7.3 update, and this is of course in reference to the update for the PC version of the game. But they're trying to catch up to the PC version as quick as they can, and this is sort of the first trial run of their Xbox 360 edition updates. This update is supposed to drop, I believe, the second week of July, and it looks like a lot of fun. Finally, we have pistons. That's one of the big changes, and they haven't released a lot of information on that. But it looks like we don't need to worry about sticky pistons. All the pistons attach to whatever blocks you put them on. So hopefully cross our fingers, that's the way it'll go. This next update is also going to include a new triggering device for TNT. It no longer triggers when you strike it. That's too bad because I had a lot of plans for accidental detonations for when my friends come to my world. But what you do have to do is you light it on fire with either flint and steel or you have it triggered by redstone. They're about to make fences stackable, which will be nice. I know there are ways to get around not stacking fences, but now it'll be easier. You can just stack them one right on top of the other. Something new that I'm kind of excited about, they're adding shears. Now,
thank God.
I know, yeah, scissors, way exciting for a video game. But it actually allows you to do 2 things. They're no longer allowing sheep to drop wool unless you kill them, or unless you use shears on them. So no more running around and punching sheep in the face and then their wool falls off. That doesn't happen anymore.
But it's so realistic.
Yeah,
it's so realistic. You know, a game that you have to start off punching trees with your fist and then wood comes out. It seems like the kind of game that would be really realistic, right?
But this is all, Dave. This is all changes to the PC, though, right? The PC version.
No, this is changes to the 360 version.
So
these changes have already happened in the PC version. In fact, for the PC version, this is all old news. It's just a conversion to the 360.
So it's all the stuff you wanted, though. All the stuff people wanted in the 360 version, though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So they're on the way to re-reaching the status of the PC version on the 360. Also I forgot to mention, the shears allow you to remove blocks of leaf and hold those blocks. You no longer simply destroy them. So that's actually pretty cool for me. I'm excited about that. I cannot wait to build a hedge maze around the castle I've put together. So that'll be exciting.
And when does it come out, Dave? When is it scheduled to release to the 360?
The second week of July.
So it's coming up.
Close. We're getting close. Also, they're adding new textures for cobblestone and brick blocks. Now, I don't know if these are optional textures or if they're just making them more complicated. I know that's what happened in the PC version. They just made them a more complicated texture. So we'll see about that. And also, Greg, I kind of want you to weigh in on this because I know how much you have a love-hate relationship with DLC. They will have downloadable character skins that they're looking to upgrade.
It's about time, dude, because I'm sick and tired of jumping in your game and looking like a tennis player. Literally, it's player
That's okay.
2.
I don't like looking like a jumping into your game or Brian's game and looking like I'm a dude in a tuxedo.
Well, yeah, like player 1, you look like an average dude in a t-shirt. Player 2, you're a tennis player.
From like the 70s. Like
Yeah,
you've
you're
got
wearing
like a
all
handlebar
white.
mustache and
You're wearing all white. You have a white headband. You're blonde. You're your cliche tennis player. Player 3 is like James Bond in a tuxedo. It's the strangest thing. Like,
awesome.
why can't we just like customize what our avatar looks like?
Is he?
Well,
I'm gonna chime in real fast on this, just because.
Okay, yeah, please do.
It's just because it's for skins. Really, like, how much are they? Do you know how much they've released price?
They have not released a price yet, and this may not be 100% up to date with the new update, but this is what they're talking about. They're trying to release new skins, but they are purchasable. They're not for free, so
okay,
you'll have to decide what you want to look like.
Here's the gripe I have with that: is that, like, you guys have seen the sensational graphics in Minecraft, and they're not sensational because they don't need to be, because it's not how the game's designed. It's not a big deal to me that the graphics don't look good because the game's not about graphics, but to texture something like your character in that, it's got to be so mundane and like take like 5 seconds. Like, why charge people money for that? Like, come on. And this is probably something stemming from the PC people that people modded to make them characters look whatever they like for user-generated content. Now they're charging people to like mod their characters on the Xbox. I don't know. It just seems like, is this give money, just give us money. It's, you know what I mean?
Hey, that's exactly what it is, man. I mean, they're looking to Xbox Live is built on the idea that DLC is something you have to pay for ever since the 360 came out. So they're capitalizing on it. What can I say?
They need to give us some free DLC. I mean, we do pay $60 a year, where PS2 people don't have to pay anything to get the same.
Well, at least they're not charging us for these updates.
Yeah, thank God.
They could be charging us for every 1.7.3947. They could be
However,
charging us for that.
I also don't know whether or not it's going to apply to previously created worlds. I know that the most recent update, which was just to fix some glitches, but it did not apply to previously generated worlds. So hopefully these new updates will, because if they don't, I mean, my God, I'm going to stop dedicating any more time to Minecraft. Every time a new deal, a new update comes out, I don't want to restart my world. I've been putting hours and hours into this thing, so.
Right.
Let's cross our fingers and hope that they're smart enough to make the new update apply to all created worlds, not just new worlds.
Right. It would be dumb not to. They would be really dumb not to do that.
Yeah. So let's hope that's the way they work it out. But yeah, it was a lot of it's really exciting. I can't wait to make a hedge maze. So it should be fun. Should be cool.
Sweet. So it's coming out July 2nd?
No, the second week of July. They don't have a nailed down date yet. Maybe we'll have an update for you guys next week. But it's
punching sheep is going away.
No more punching sheep in the face. Now my wife doesn't have to shudder every time I punch a sheep in the face.
And it goes bah.
It's so funny. Every time I do that, she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm hitting a sheep because I need her wool. That's not nice. It's a computer.
Yeah, well,
game.
it's Minecraft.
Yeah,
that's Minecraft.
Minecraft is not for the nice, apparently.
So that's coming out second week of July.
So yeah,
Everyone,
keep your eyes open second week of July.
sweet. Trev, you have our third story of the night. Please
I
go
do.
on.
Well, let me open it up with a question. What's the last game you can remember that you just could not finish? Greg, we'll start with you.
Jeez, I could not finish. I'd have to be like half the games on the NES because like they were just so long and I never could get past them. And I'm dead serious. Like I mean, Batman. I guess Batman for the NES. I just never got past like the third stage.
You just couldn't beat it.
I just couldn't beat it. I was just like, this game's. I mean, I was younger, but still, like even today, games like you back then used to be hard, and like now anyone can really beat them. So, but I was gonna say like mostly all the games on the NES were games that I never could beat all the way through.
What about you, Dave?
Me? Oh man, I gotta think about that. Let's see. The last game I couldn't beat. The last game I remember forcing myself to try and beat was the second Splinter Cell, actually, or not the second, the first Splinter Cell. It was before they had on Xbox Live and everything, and I remember a scene where I was just confused. I didn't understand what I was supposed to be doing. And so like and of course it's a game that's really it really relies on you paying attention. So I think I missed some key point of interest.
That game was a very involved game.
It was.
Yeah.
It didn't have like an icon that I could follow or something. I just remember getting really lost and going, "What the hell am I doing here?" And I had to fight to finish it. I ended up putting it down for like a year. And then when the new one came out, I was like, I probably ought to finish this. But I think that was the last game that I really had trouble finishing.
Yeah, for me, the last game, I remember never finishing Morrowind. That game was so huge, and there's just so much to do. I never finished it. It was just beyond beating for me. But anyway, I bring this up because Hitman Absolution is going to be coming out in November, and the game director Torre Blastad, he predicts that only 20% of players are going to actually finish the game. I don't know why exactly he's saying this right now, because that's kind of looks like a bad PR move, but yeah, he's predicting that only 20% of players are going to finish it. He's saying that's just gamers are going to grow fatigued, and they're not going to want to commit to the hours and hours and hours of finishing the game. But they're still going to make the game the way they want to make it. They're not going to change anything to try and change this. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, why would he come out and say that people are not going to finish their game?
Well, I read the article, and it doesn't have anything to do with their games specifically. He's talking in general that gamers nowadays, they have a harder time finishing games because new games are coming out, and they've got so many different things on their plate, and they get bored. In this world nowadays, we've got so many things flash, sort of stimulating us. It's really pretty hard to stay focused on a game now. So I don't think he meant it as a PR move. I think he was making a statement about sort of the unfortunate situation of the gaming industry nowadays. Because it makes total sense. I've got a handful of games that I haven't quite finished, not because I didn't want to, just because something new came out, or I had work or whatever, and for whatever reason I got turned off to something. So I mean, there's a handful of games I will finish. I haven't yet. So I mean, I think he's commenting on that. I think he's bringing up the fact that people just they've got so many things distracting them nowadays that it's very difficult for people to finish games to 100% completion.
Yeah, I mean, he does mention specifically their game, but he also says that it's just like a in general type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
he did actually mention he didn't think that his game was going to be.
Yeah, he mentioned specifically that their stealth game, Hitman Absolution, 20% of people will not finish it. But I don't know, it's just kind of odd, it's like Bethesda coming out and saying people are going to get tired of Skyrim and not want to play it anymore. It's like, oh, then why should I go pick this game up? But then on the other hand, I can see it as like, it's almost like he's throwing down a challenge, and it's going to make people want to check this game out. I don't know.
That could be.
Greg, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it sounds to me like it's kind of like a marketing play. Like, you'll only the best will be able to finish this game, or unless you're really good, you'll be able to. So like they'll sell more maybe. I don't know, because I don't know what that means. Only 20% of the people will be able to finish this game. Does that mean that there's like a percentage of the game that you can complete? Like, isn't like you can beat the game and get it 19% done, and then after you go through it again with all the collectibles and all the hidden items, then you'll get 100%? Like, I'm not sure what he means by that. Seems kind of like a play on words, I guess. Like, try to like a challenge to like consumers. Oh, go out and buy our Hitman Absolution game, because the game's been in development for years. Like, it's one of these games that I just wouldn't expect to be in development for, like, as long as Skyrim has, which is like 3 or 4 years. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Blood Money, their last game came out in 2006, so it's been out. It's probably been in development for probably 6 years now.
I know, because I mean, I've been cutting interviews on it for as long as I can remember. I just can't. Yeah, and just I mean, it's a Montreal studio doing it, like a studio in Montreal, I believe, doing Hitman Absolution.
Yeah. Plus, we got to remember, he's not like, an analyst or anything. I mean, this is totally just his speculation. I don't think it's really based in fact.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just threw out a number, but I don't know. It's just, when I was reading it, it just struck me as like, why would someone say that? Why would they be harping on their own game?
It sounds like a marketing tactic to me. You know what I mean? That's what I think it is.
5 months or 6 months before it's even out.
Right.
Yeah. Part of me agrees with you. Yeah, it's like it's just the way to get the game out, the word out on the game, and I don't know. Kind of like I said, throwing out a challenge. But then
it definitely could be, but I don't know. To me, it seems more like a forlorn remark on all the hard work and stuff that they're doing, and they're kind of like, well, kind of sucks because only 20 people are going to finish the game. Like that's the way I read into it. But I could be wrong.
No, I agree. Yeah, it's because it is true. I mean, especially with stealth action games, some of them can be very like trial and error, and it can get very frustrating and tiring. And I can like you said with Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell's a stealth action game, just like Hitman.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You got very tired of it, and some of those Splinter Cell games was very trial and error. How many seconds until this guard's going to turn around? Oh crap! He turned around and caught me. Okay, reload. Okay. Oh shit!
Now it's played the exact same
left.
spot.
Damn, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
And then I've been playing the original Hitman. Hitman, Silent Assassin, and those games are 100% trial and error. Hopefully, I haven't played Blood Money or I obviously haven't played Absolution, but hopefully they've evolved the gameplay to where it's a little more less trial and error and more tactic and planning. But it's I can see what he's saying, that these types of games can get very tiring, and I don't know, you would think that they would take that into account and offer some different game mechanics so that it's not. I don't know. It's the whole thing is really strange. Strange thing for him to say, but
I mean, the gameplay from what I've seen so far, it looks literally like exactly like Batman Arkham City, like except like
really?
it's like a more like he's sneaking around, he takes down people silently, and like the AI has patterns that they go through, and you can see the pattern and see where they're going to end up and take them down in certain locations and stuff. It looks very similar to Batman Arkham City. So
yeah, the usual gist of it is like you have to assassinate this guy, and like with the previous Assassin or Hitman games, there's usually a vial of poison, or there's a very specific disguise that'll get you right next to your target. They offer you like 2-3 ways maybe of taking down your target, varying in difficulty and stealth. So I've seen the gameplay of Absolution. It sounds like it looked like that's kind of what they're offering too. So if you have 10 missions and it's all the same, find the vial of poison to silently kill the guy.
Here's his quote. Here's his quote. 20% of the players will see the last level of the game. Only 20% of the players will see the last level of the game. It's horrible to know. It makes the people working on it really, really sad. What? Like, is that because the game's so bad you just don't want to beat it? Like afterwards you're just like, this game sucks. You turn it off. Like that's got to be the only. Because that's after reading that out of context. I guess it is out of context. That's what I think. That's what I've.
Yeah,
gathered.
I think that's what me and Dave have been saying. Like, you just get tired, I mean, I'm sick and tired of getting caught by this stupid guard. I'm done.
By the same stupid guard.
I'd rather just go shoot people in Halo, like.
Yep.
I don't know. Stealth action games is for a very select type of gamer,
Right.
like myself. I mean, I find them fascinating and just incredibly fun. But yeah, for someone that wants to run and gun, like Dave, he's a shooter.
Heck yeah.
Waiting, 45 seconds for a guard to walk in front of you and then turn, it can be very boring, and people just don't want to play it.
And then, God forbid, you only wait for 44 seconds, and then you have to wait the whole damn thing over again.
Yeah, you're caught, and then you have to reload, and that's the name of the game. It takes a lot of patience to play these games, and I according to him, 20% of people are that patient. So I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
I'm definitely gonna check out. I'm gonna see if I'm one of those 20%. But I mean, from what I've seen, the game looks amazing. It's gonna be pretty fun. It's exciting. I got Splinter Cell. I got Hitman. I'm liking stealth action. This is gonna be a good year for stealth action.
It is going to be a good year for stealth action because they're taking cues from all the other games that have I think I never liked stealth action, but then I played Batman Arkham Asylum and I loved it then, but that was because it was Batman. But that may draw me to other stealth action games like Splinter Cell and Hitman, even though I've never played a Splinter Cell or a Hitman.
Yeah,
so...
yeah. If you liked Batman Arkham City, I mean, if you just like the gameplay and you're not a hardcore Batman fan, because most people played Arkham City
because it was freaking Batman.
Because you got to beat the hell out of criminals as Batman. But I mean, if you liked the gameplay, the core game mechanics of Batman Arkham City, you would love Splinter Cell and Hitman. So definitely check them out.
Do you know what I got from playing Batman? I played the DLC recently. But you know what I got out of that playthrough when I was in the city walking around? I'm like, this is messed up. Batman is flying around this city, beating criminals that are already in jail. Like, what's wrong with you, man? You're sick. You're sick. They're just hanging out, and you fly down and beat the crap out of them for no. But they're in jail. What else do you want from them?
No, see, he's not sick. He's Batman.
He's Batman.
He's Batman.
Batman, but he's the honey badger of Gotham. Okay, he don't give a shit.
That's right. That's right.
Whatever
The
he wants.
honey badger of Gotham. I've never heard anyone call him that before, Jeff, ever.
But you know what? He's right, isn't he?
The honey badger of Gotham.
Batman is the honey badger of Gotham.
All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up here. So, you guys, thanks for joining us, and make sure to stay tuned next week for episode 14 next week of The Next Level.
Woo!
Good night, Internet.